The course has a lovely balance between sort of the practical aspects and the theory base. When you go in first year, you do learn about, human body function and structure. There's another aspect then of the 4 years where you're learning about the theory and practical application of occupational therapy to different client groups, whether it's people with physical disabilities, with mental health challenges, older adults, intellectual disability, pediatrics, and that's sort of what we're doing really there, is giving you the theory base, but also starting to help you try to apply that.
Students have a practice education placement in every year of the programme. So they start with an observational placement in first year, and then an 8-week placement in second, another 8-week in third year, and then 2 blocks of 8 weeks in their fourth year. And really students get an opportunity to sample all kinds of areas of occupational therapy in those 4 years. So they'll do 4 very different placements. They'll have to do 1 mental health or intellectual disability placement, and they'll all get a chance to have an acute hospital placement as well. And after that, it could be in any area of healthcare. So it could be pediatrics, primary care, community care, or in one of the specialist services. So for example, the National Rehabilitation Hospital or the Children's Hospital. Like I said, students get very close attention from their educator. It tends to be a 1-to-1 or 2-to-1 model with 1 occupational therapist. So it's very supportive, close learning environment when they're on practice education.
The community engaged learning is a really exciting part of the programme. It runs through the whole of third year, and this is totally separate to the 1,000 hours of practice education they do, and it's about kind of real life learning within their community.
In my case, it was with asylum seekers, so we went and we linking in with organisations that advocate for asylum seekers and doing some sort of project, setting goals again. It was very practical and very real, which was a very great experience, really.
We are also doing at the minute a community engagement module where we're going out to a local primary school in Galway, and we're teaching the children about disabilities in a way that highlights ability and how to include everybody and just brings an awareness to the children.
It's an incredibly fast 4 years for the students. They come in as first years, and then before we know it, they're graduates and they're our colleagues. So I think that's one thing I would say, is that it's a huge journey in a very short period of time, and we're here to support you.
We do all have that open door policy. We're very close to the students' classrooms and PC suites here. And the other thing I think is that we can do a kind of a range of assessments that we mightn't be able to do if we had 600 or 800 students. So it means that we can do assessments where we can look at each student's individual skills and give them feedback before they go on placement, which is something we wouldn't be able to do in a much larger class.